If you've been wondering what the best VPN service in 2025 actually is and which ones are actually worth paying for right now, you're in the right place. So stick around because I've spent a lot of time testing a bunch of them this year, and I'll tell you which ones really stood out, what makes them great, and which deals are actually worth grabbing. And if you do want to check any of them out later, you can find the best price available through the links in the description below or by scanning the QR codes that you'll see on your screen. All right, first of all, if you think you don't need a VPN, then think again. The internet's not exactly private anymore. Everything you do online leaves some sort of trail. What you search, where you click, even what you hover on for a few seconds. It's all tracked somehow. Companies, advertisers, even random public networks, they're all collecting data. A VPN helps fix that. And then there's the security side of it. Public Wi-Fi networks are convenient, but they're also like open invitations for people who want to snoop. Super easy for someone on the same network to see what you're doing if your connection isn't protected. A VPN fixes that by wrapping your connection in encryption. So even if someone tried to intercept it, all they'd get is scrambled nonsense. Plus, a VPN is great for getting around annoying geo restrictions. You know, when you try to watch a show and it says it's not available in your region, that's where a VPN quietly steps in and lets you connect through another country so you can access what you want without hitting those walls. So if you're thinking of getting one, here's what actually matters in 2025. First, make sure it's got really strong security. That's kind of the whole point. Then look at speed. Nobody wants a VPN that tunes down your fast internet into a buffering nightmare. The number of servers also matter a lot because having more options usually means faster, more stable connections. A good no logs policy is super important too. That means they're not secretly saving any info about what you do online. And last, customer support. You might not think you'll need it, but when something weird happens, it's nice to have people who actually help instead of sending you endless FAQ links. Now, after testing a bunch of them over the past few months, I found 5 that really stand out this year. They each have their strengths depending on what you're after: privacy, speed, streaming, price, or just simplicity. Let's start with Surfshark VPN. This one's my favorite because it doesn't limit how many devices you can use. You can protect everything: your phone, laptop, tablet, smart TV, all under one plan. If you've got a big household, that's a huge plus. I also really like their clean web feature, which blocks ads and trackers automatically. It just makes browsing feel smoother. Their app's super easy to use and the speeds are consistent. I also appreciate how upfront they are about privacy. They've got a verified no logs policy, which I always check for. And if you use the link in the description or the QR code, you can get 60% off plus 3 free months, which is a nice bonus. Next up is CyberGhost VPN, which I think is the easiest one to get started with if you've never used a VPN before. It's really simple. You open it up, pick a country or even a streaming service, and you're good to go. They've got tons of servers worldwide, so you're never stuck trying to find one that works. The speeds are solid, even when you're streaming. I also love that they have special servers for things like Netflix or Hulu, so you don't have to guess which ones will work. And their support is quick, which I always appreciate. You can grab it at 84% off plus 4 free months with the link or the QR code right now. Then there's NordVPN, which has kind of been the gold standard for a while. I've used it on and off for years, and it's still one of the most reliable ones. They've got this feature called TotalVPN, which basically routes your connection through 2 encrypted servers for extra protection, kind of like double locking your front door. But even with that, the speed stays super fast, which isn't always the case with other VPNs. Their app is clean, it works on everything, and they're serious about privacy. No logs, no data selling, none of that nonsense. If you use the link below or the QR code, you can get 74% off plus 3 free months. Now, another one that really surprised me is TotalVPN. It doesn't get as much hype as Nord or Surfshark, but it's actually really good for how affordable it is. It's straightforward, no confusing settings, no weird extras, just install it and go. The interface is clean and the speeds are better than you'd expect for the price. I also really like how fast their support replies. I had a random setup issue and they got back to me almost immediately. If you're on a tighter budget but still want solid protection, TotalVPN is a great pick. And they've got an 80% off deal right now through that link or QR code. And finally, Norton VPN. If you already use Norton for antivirus or other security stuff, this fits right in. It's made to work with their ecosystem so you don't have to deal with complicated setups or apps that don't play nice together. It's stable, the connection speeds are good, and it has strong encryption for everyday use. I also like that it's coming from a company that's been doing security for decades. Just gives a level of trust. You can get up to $35 off using the link or the QR code, which is their best deal right now. So after trying all these, what I've learned is that there's not really one best VPN for everyone. It depends on what you want. If you're into streaming, CyberGhost and NordVPN are probably your best bet. If you've got a ton of devices, Surfshark's unlimited plan makes life easy. If you want something budget-friendly, TotalVPN is great for that. And if you already use Norton stuff, their VPN just fits in perfectly. The main thing is that all 5 of these actually deliver on what matters: privacy, speed, reliability, and fair pricing. And in 2025, that's not something you can take for granted. So yeah, if you want to check any of them out, go ahead and look at the links in the description below, or go ahead and scan that QR code on your screen to get the best deals available on these VPNs. But now wait, before you head out, I'm just curious. What's the biggest thing you look for in a VPN? Is it privacy, speed, or maybe how many devices you can connect to? I really want to know what matters to you the most, guys.